Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're running a business, there's just never enough time and there's always too much to do. And so I'm putting together 10 business hacks and tricks, things that you can do to grow your business faster and save you a ton of time and money. So if you're new to the channel, I talk about entrepreneurship and business. If you find this information helpful, please help the channel out by hitting the thumbs or the subscribe button. It not only helps the channel, but it helps reach more entrepreneurs that are trying to grow their business. My goal is to cross 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm almost there, so a little bit of encouragement, really appreciate it, goes a long way. Let's get into it. So number one thing to help businesses grow is to do less stuff. A lot of entrepreneurs get pulled into 100 different directions, but stuff doesn't necessarily make you better, and it makes you more strung out. It makes it harder to execute on the things that you're trying to do. Doing less stuff will allow you to really get better at the things that you do spend time on, and it'll allow you to slow down and really focus on quality. And those quality things do help your business grow. It makes you focus on the things that are really important and impactful for helping you grow your business. Number two, measure your cycle time. Cycle time is how long it takes a customer from wanting to do something or wanting to get value for you to actually deliver that value. And you can use cycle time almost in any type of business, from a coffee shop to an enterprise SaaS business. Along the customer journey, there are usually things that slow down cycle time. Maybe it's negotiation with finance, maybe it's contracting, maybe it's delivery and packaging. So when you measure your cycle time, you can improve your ability to deliver value. And when you can deliver value faster, your business can grow faster. And so whatever it is you're measuring in terms of cycle time, look at ways that you can reduce that cycle time, the time from your customer reaching out to delivering value, and that'll allow your business to grow that much faster. Number three, automate. Once you're measuring your cycle time, you'll likely notice that there are some activities, some actions that are often repeated over and over and over again. And if you're doing something over and over again, you should consider if you can automate it. When you can automate and put your time to the activities that are not repetitive, that are value add, and you can automate the parts of your business that are repetitive, again, that improves your ability to execute with the same amount of people. That means your margins will get better, your operations will get better, and ideally your cycle time will get even faster. Now, automation doesn't have to be complex. You don't have to necessarily hire an engineer. Even simple automations can significantly improve your cycle time. So look at the things that you're doing as a response to email or Slack or phone calls or other interactions, and see where are you spending a lot of time that feels somewhat repetitive. If you can automate those things, you can see dramatic improvement. Number four is process. Okay, process can be kind of a dirty word in startups because you don't want process, you don't want systems to slow you down. But when you are measuring your cycle time, when you are measuring the things that happen over and over again, you can really identify the things that are unique one-off situations and create process and systems so that you know how to deal with circumstances that are a little bit unique, things that can't necessarily be automated, but things that can potentially have a process, a system, or someone who is accountable. In these cases, you're not guessing. You're creating a process, you're creating accountability, you're creating swim lanes for your team. So when X, Y, or Z happens in your business and it is not handled by automation, everyone knows who is responsible for solving those things. So this can be anything from a customer complaint, this can be anything from a phone call that comes in, but when you have process and systems for taking care of things, you have less fire drills.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
And less fire drills is amazing optimization for CEOs and executives for startups growing their business. When you have less fire drills and more process, you can react proactively. You can get ahead of problems rather than letting them steer your company and steer your business in 100 different directions. Processes can be anything from onboarding and training, dealing with customers, but when you have efficient processes, things that everyone knows work from a systems perspective, you become much faster as a business and you're able to execute. Number five is empower experimentation. This is the exact opposite of process and automation because you don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole of process and automation. You want to still make sure that you have some autonomy, some entrepreneurship, some experimentation built into the culture in the fabric of your company. So every month, every quarter, think about the things that you are experimenting. Make sure that you're empowering some amount of experimentation in trying new things, because as a startup, one of the things that is special and magical is your ability to experiment, pivot, and move faster than larger companies. Number 6, and CEOs fall into this trap all the time, don't be a bottleneck. Empower others to make decisions. Make sure that all decisions don't necessarily have to go through you. As a CEO or a leader, executive, or even a team member in your company, think about all the decisions that can go faster if you're not necessarily the bottleneck. So think about those processes, think about those cycle times, and especially if you are feeling like the bottleneck, create accountability, create systems, and empower your team to make decisions and move faster. It can really unlock potential in a startup or a company that's moving a little bit slowly and having too many checks and balances across the org. Number 7, along those lines of not being a bottleneck, recognize that other people are your superpower. So learn from the people on your team, learn from the people who are surrounding your company, and learn from your competitors. What are other people doing, and lean into them. You don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel. I often recommend entrepreneurs look at adjacent businesses or businesses in other verticals to unlock how they're doing it. So if your business is providing some kind of matching, look at Airbnb. How are they running their website? What are they doing that's special and magical and helps them grow? If your business has some similarities in the hospitality space, look at some of the best hotels in the world and what are they doing? Learn from other people, and that can unlock the superpowers for your business as well. Number 8 is niching down. Oftentimes, businesses that start out too broad. They're trying to do everything, but it's really hard to be the best at everything. And when you can niche down, if you can be the best at a smaller thing, you can actually accelerate the growth. When I was starting my business, I tried to build a web design web business that was really, really broad. It tried to do too much. But when I was able to niche down on something much narrower and just focusing on mobile apps, I was able to build a reputation much faster. Oftentimes, startups want to be really broad because they want as broad a customer set as possible, but it ends up having the opposite effect. As an example, it's hard to be the best Italian food on the planet, but it's much easier to have the best pepperoni pizza in your particular town. You can really niche down and cement yourself, cement your reputation as being the best within your niche, and then broaden out from there. So really consider niching down. It'll help you get better traction, better momentum, and then as you get that momentum, you can broaden up from there. Number 9, and this may sound counterintuitive, but don't rely on word of mouth. When I was getting started, I used to think that word of mouth was amazing because people would rave about my business. They were very happy with the work that we did. But the challenge with word of mouth is that when you start to rely on it, then you are dependent on people talking about your business and you cannot predict your own growth. So word of mouth is great, but don't rely on it. Think about how you're going to attract customers and introduce customers to your business outside of word of mouth. Again, if you have word of mouth, if you're producing great work, a great product, that's fantastic, but make sure you have a marketing strategy, a way to reach new customers that does not rely on word of mouth. When you can really control your customer base and how customers are finding out about your business, it gives you a lot more leverage for faster and faster growth. Number 10, and I can't state this more importantly enough, design and user experience matters so much. There's so many businesses, so many startups that focus on functionality or focus on solving a particular problem. But the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of businesses solving lots of different problems. The businesses, I believe, that really stand out, that differentiate themselves, are doing something that is exceptional on the design and user experience. They're getting the details right. When you pay attention to the details of the user experience, you set yourself apart from all of the other competitors that are just solving the functional problem. So think about design, think about user experience. It really makes a huge difference to the growth and trajectory of your business. What else am I missing? What has helped your business grow substantially? Leave a comment. Join the community of entrepreneurs helping other entrepreneurs. Till next time, I'm Raiz.